Hello, hello. Okay, I think everything works. Everything works. Hello, Jason. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you guys doing on this lovely Thursday that we have here? Does Piotr break our hearts again? I think he will, but I think it's by design. Levi. Hi, a nice tier list, lol. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, I appreciate that. It was my first tier list, so you know, I as I was doing it, I was like, ugh, trying not to overthink, and I ended up overthinking anyways. So I know you guys have been waiting for my picks, and I was gonna do a video. Did not have a moment to do the video. I got caught up in all sorts of shit that some of it was productive and some of it wasn't. So we're here now. We're gonna do it live. The weather has been absolute dog shit here, so like it's sniffle season. I need to purchase those packs of like tissues, you know, the little tiny ones that you carry around with you. Anyways, did you get arrested? No, but I've just been dealing with like personal stuff and other stuff and work stuff and just all the stuff. Oh, Ferreira, regular collared shirt. Yes, this is just a regular shirt. A regular shirt. Today, we're turtleneck free, so that's how it is. Let me plug my computer in. Hello there, hello, the Maycee's experience. Alright, computer is plugged in. We are basically ready to go. Hey Fairy, hey chat, yeah, dealing with all the stuff. I know, it's a weird season right now where like everything just feels overwhelming, and it's also cold. And there's no sun. I mean, there's sun, but like not for too much time in the day. Anyhow, either Pantoja or Marab loses. You know what? Marab's not going to lose, but I do feel like Pantoja could lose. But anyhow. Wore a turtleneck knit the other day. I love the winter. Turtlenecks are great. I need to get some more of them. Did you guys see the blue one that I had the other day? I don't know if I wore it on stream, but I have this blue one, which I got recently, which was really nice. Hope y'all have enough wood. Anyways, let us begin. Let us begin, folks. And here, my God, I just sat down and like I don't know why I started sniffling. Like I was doing fine. Sometimes it just hits you, I guess. Anyway, let's begin. I have Tapology over here. Maybe I'll move a little bit over here. Get your Paramount subscription soon? Yes, I will. First, people picked DDP, then they picked JDM, now they're picking Yan. Some people never... I know, right? Tuxedo? Some people never learn. And then they also picked, I feel like there was someone else recently, too. They picked DDP. Was there someone else? Anyways. I love Tyra. Yeah, he's solid. It's real cold today and this week. Yeah, this week has been brutal. And also yesterday. I think maybe that's why I'm sniffling, because yesterday night was just so bone-chillingly cold. But anyhow, let's get into this first one, guys. Muhammad Naimov versus Mairon Santos. So, guess who I'm picking? I'm picking Mairon Santos. I think he's like a super solid pick on this card. They both fought Con Olfi, and Mairon Santos looked much better. Much better. He was able to keep him off and just respond quicker and like generally outmaneuver him when like he found answers where Muhammad Naimov struggled. So I think he just has better fight IQ overall. Also, he has a 2-inch reach advantage, and I think that will be helpful here, especially when fighters are mostly fighting on the feet. And I think this is going to be a decision. But there could be a finish as well. Mairon Santos is actually pretty solid on the feet. So I think this is a pretty good pick. You know how I usually put the fairy next to my confident ones? I feel pretty confident about this one. All right. Muhammad Naimov was never really good too. Like, he had some moments, but would you guys agree? Like, I feel like he was never... Hold on. He was never that good. He was never that good. HB Comer, hello. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Mansur Abdul Malik versus Antonio Trocoli. Another easy pick, I would say. I'm going with Mansur Abdul Malik, obviously. Antonio Trocoli has 0 fight IQ. Consistently, something I've witnessed from Antonio Trocoli is just bad decision making out there, man. Just confusing stuff. Yeah, he's just not a smart fighter. And I was even watching, which makes me wonder how good Shara Magomedov is, because Antonio Trocoli fought Shara Magomedov, and I feel like it was a short notice fight, and Shara was eating so many shots from Antonio Trocoli, which makes me really question just how good is Shara Magomedov. Joe Swanson, thank you for the $2. Get a booger and eat it. I'll donate 20 more. I have never eaten a booger in my life. I've seen children do it when I was a child, and I just never understood, but I don't think I will make today my first booger trial. I don't think I am into that, but thanks for the 2. We're gonna rebalance that energy with the bowl after that. Anyhow, yeah, also it took Shada like 3 rounds to finish Antonio Trocoli, which is like kind of sus. Anyways, Malik is also like a really fast hunter type fighter. That's his style, and I don't think that's gonna pair well against someone who won't see them coming. Because Antonio Trocoli, his reaction time's not there. His reaction time's not there, his fight IQ's not there, so I just feel like this is gonna be an easy KO win for Mansur Abdul Malik. Like, easy KO. At least get one out and show us. Thanks for the $2, Joe Swanson, but I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm willing to do that for $2, dude. Bro, double down. Anyways. Yeah, that's not exactly, it's not exactly what I would prefer to do on this channel, you know? You look like a fighter. Do you know jiu-jitsu? No, but I need to do it. I keep saying so, and it just keeps getting colder. And the friend that I want to do it with just like keeps, and we never find like a time to do it. And I know I could go myself, but it's kind of scary going alone to jiu-jitsu for the first time if you've never done it. So, anyways, anything else to say about this one other than solid, easy KO win? I don't think so. What are the odds? Oh yeah, minus 1200 plus 700. That makes sense. Okay. Who's next? Ibo Aslan versus Iwo Baraniewski. Baraniewski. Iwo versus Ibo. You know what? I'm gonna trust in the Polish power. You know what though? I've seen that Ibo has been training with Mansur Abdul Malik, which makes me actually feel like Aslan has a good chance. I saw this recently. I saw this after I made the prediction. What do you guys think about that? I want to take the Polish dude overall because the Polish dude, from what I've seen, it looks pretty solid. Like, Polish people are notoriously durable and tanky, so I don't think that even if he gets caught by Ibo Aslan, I feel like he's not going to go down. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to stay in there and fight till the death type of situation. This is his debut. He was on the Contender Series. But from what I've seen, he does seem to be more locked in. That's the only thing. Like, even though Ibo is training with Abdul Malik, I think that you can't really train being locked in. You could, but like it takes longer, and if someone already has it, that's a huge benefit. So I think it's a huge benefit for Iwo. I think that's gonna make the biggest difference for him. So I'm actually gonna pick the Polish power by KO. I'm picking Polish power by KO. What are the odds? Plus 170, minus 210. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. All right. I think on this card, the prelims are pretty easy to pick. At least those like first 3 and first 4 actually. Let's go to the next one. Edson Barboza versus Jailin Turner. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Jailin Turner. Slavs are stronger. They usually are, yeah. The Poles especially, like the Polish people are unusually durable. They are very durable. Edson needs to retire, I know. Edson like definitely has CTE or something else because like he's just been looking real bad out there. Real bad. Real bad. Yerba mate that has a lot of sugar, don't it? No, this one's sugar free actually. This is the unsweetened with lemon. They have sweetened ones, but this is the unsweetened one. Wait. Hold on, see? Unsweetened. Oh, you thought you caught me slipping with the sugar? No. This one has no sugar. It's just yerba mate with lemon and natural flavors. Yeah. They only have one like this. The rest of them are very sugary. Yeah, I had to read. Ferry almost at 10k subs. Stay disciplined. Give stream a like. Yes, please do. Thank you, Mystic KO. Yeah, we're almost at 10k. It's pretty crazy. We're so close. We're like 50 away. We're 50 away. So yeah, if you guys haven't liked the stream already, please hit the like button. Let us reach our goal. What the heck is yerba mate? It's kind of like almost like green tea, but it's different. It's these leaves. Anyhow, it's supposed to give you like energy, but it's not the same feeling. It's not, I don't know, it's not like caffeine. Although I think it is kind of like caffeine. It has caffeine in it, but it hits you differently. It's not. I also don't drink a lot of it. Like I drink a couple sips and then I'm good. Have you tried barley tea? I've heard it's good. Maybe. But it wasn't super memorable. Check out RSTR Fairy. It's a drink and it's dope. RSTR, is it natural? RSTR. Okay. Well, I'll check it out later. Tea has more caffeine than coffee. I don't really drink tea. I don't really drink any of these things. When I drink tea, I drink herbal tea. Anyways, no fast food or syrup. Yeah. I don't do sugar or alcohol either, so I totally am on the same page as you with all that. Anyways, guys, Edson Barboza versus Jailin Turner. Edson Barboza, not the same fighter that he used to be. He is not the same, and I don't think he ever will be. There were moments in the Drokar close fight with him that I sat and wondered to myself, like, why is he not fighting? Why is he not defending? Why is he just eating all these shots to the face? Why? And I don't know, because I feel like he totally could have defended, and he just... Like, I was just wondering... I felt like I was watching CTE elder abuse. You know what I mean? CTE elder abuse. So... And even though I'm not that confident in Jailin Turner because he's not reliable and he has disappointed in the past, I can't pick Edson Barboza after watching him eat, like, combinations for 15 minutes straight. So, and I think this is totally a fight that Jailin Turner can win. Yeah, but if he loses this, I am not picking him for anything ever again. My trust in him will be permanently dissolved, and yeah, so this is his last chance. I'm going with Jailin Turner. It's just that, like, I haven't fully recovered after the Moicano situation. You guys know the one where he totally fumbled that fight, but I don't think he's gonna do that again. What's your ROI? It's pretty good. I think I'm actually one of the better predictors on YouTube. I should put it into a chart though, but I make good picks. Don't worry. UFC Prediction Tracker channel has me as one of the best underdog and favorites predictors overall of the year. So there you go. Give me your locks. I'll run over the locks at the end when I go over everything, so that way it's organized in my head. Okay, let's move on to the next one, guys. Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira. This one is a weird one. This one is a weird one because I feel like with Marvin Vettori, there's nothing that he does particularly well that is, like, outstanding. But he's durable. He is durable. But the only thing is, oh yeah, another thing is, Vettori has historically been favored to win, like, in fights with Cannoneer and Dvalishvili, and he lost. And this time again, he's, like, a slight favorite, and I just feel like he's gonna lose. Like, he lost against Dvalishvili, and I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like if Bruno stays consistent and persistent with the pressure, he can get this one done because he is a bit more explosive. I just wonder, will it be enough to... Because I feel like with Bruno Ferreira, he kind of has to, like, put you out. How is he with his decisions? Hold on, let's check real quick. Yeah, he has no decision wins. So it's either a finish or nothing with him. Can he finish Marvin Vettori? I feel like he could. This is a weird one. Like, I could totally see, stay away from this one. Stay away from this one. But I think I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. I think he could get this one done. Yeah. I just hope that this fight doesn't go the way that the Abus Magomedov fight went, which was a decision, by the way, where he was just, like, on the back foot the whole time. But Abus Magomedov also has crazy reach, so I think that won't be too much of an issue here. The Bob, thank you for the $2. Ding the bull for covert. He's too hyped up. Okay. Alright, we get the ball. Let's rebalance the energy. Marvin gonna smoke him? Honestly, I could see it. I could see it. The thing is, Bruno Ferreira hasn't really fought anybody that great. Like, if you look at his record, right? That's the one thing I'm worried about. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Like, Jackson McVeigh, Armin Petrosyan, he lost against the Abus Magomedov. Like, all these dudes, okay. And then we have Marvin Vettori. The Brendan Allen loss suddenly isn't looking too bad. But I also feel like Brendan Allen is still not that good. Even after the RDR win, because RDR I just also feel like wasn't... He was looking like... He was not looking that great. Right before the fight, so... He lost to Jared Cannon. He lost... he won against Roman Delica the first time. I don't know, dude. This could really go either way. If Bruno Ferreira doesn't get a knockout early... It's gonna be, I feel like, a longer night for him. Because Marvin Vettori is fucking durable, dude. That's the one thing, is he's durable. So I don't know. I don't know. What's my official pick on that? Fuck. Bruno Ferreira could get it done. I'm gonna go with him, but I will not be surprised if he doesn't pull through. That's the final word on that, I guess. Get your chakra properly aligned and hit that like button. Yes, Caravaggio, this is the way. Alright, Faraz Ziam versus Nazim Sadykhov. They're actually both quite good. But I'm sensing that Sadykhov is the more locked in one, which I feel is the main thing that, like, the main thing that will help him win, right? I also feel like to win this one, he would have to get a finish, just because I feel like his output is actually a bit lower than for Ziam's, which is going to matter if it goes to decision. But I do think he could get a knockout. Just because usually with these fighters that are, like, evidently more sharp, they usually have higher chances of actually getting a knockout. Ziam has never been knocked out, but he has been subbed by Terrance McKinney in 2022, which I also feel like is not a good sign. I feel like Terrance McKinney in 2022 was not that great, you know? But anyways, I think Nazim is, like, a bit more of a logically reliable pick here, so I am going to go with him. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Maycee Barber versus Karine Silva. Now this one, I'd be lying to you if I said I knew what the hell was going to happen here. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna get this. I genuinely cannot tell. I genuinely cannot tell. This was the one fight on the card where I was like, I have no idea. Barber by robbery? I could see that. I could see that. I'm going to go with Maycee Barber. She does manage to pull through consistently a little bit, you know? I don't think there's going to be any KO here. Hey, we're getting over 2.5 though, that's for sure. Flip a coin. Yeah, no, seriously, I don't pick Silva. She's a dog. Silva could totally win. You know, another thing about Silva is she's been looking more conditioned each time I see her, because she used to be a little fat. She used to be a little bit fat. And then she seemed to be looking a little bit more fit. Whereas Maycee Barber just has been looking softer. Can Karine... Because that's the thing about Karine Silva before. I used to watch her fights, and she used to gas. Okay. That's the thing. Is she would gas and then look real bad, like, halfway through round 2 and round 3. She would just end up lying on her back, and it wasn't a good look. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Maycee Barber. Like, this is I like. I don't like that Karine Silva fades. I don't know if she's gotten better with that, if she's been training her cardio. But... yeah. I don't like this fight. I don't like this one. Well, let's go on to the next one. This is an interesting one. Terrance McKinney versus Chris Duncan. Decisions are the best bets for... Yeah. We know at least that one will go to decision, I'm sure. Terrance McKinney versus Chris Duncan. Now, Chris Duncan has been slowly becoming my favorite fighter. One of my favorite fighters. But that's not why I'm picking him. And this is actually a bit of a fucked up one because I was watching back his previous fights. And he just keeps his guard down, which I fucking hate for him. Like, he does eat a lot of damage. Like, he will just get tagged, but stay alive and then, like, make a comeback. And Terrance McKinney is, like, really explosive right in the beginning. So, what I'm thinking here, though, is if Chris Duncan isn't retarded, which I don't think he is, he's not going to go and bang with Terrance McKinney in the first round. I think he's going to try and, like, neutralize whatever is coming from his side and then just make it his fight in round 2 and 3. That's what I think, because Terrance McKinney doesn't have fight IQ. Terrance McKinney does not have the fight IQ to win fights. McKinney has, like, no decisions. Yeah. That's because he just goes in right away. Very, very intensely. He has low fight IQ. I said fight IQ. He's not. No, yeah, he's not. He just... What makes Terrance McKinney good is that he basically unlocks all of his adrenaline in round 1. And that either goes his way or it doesn't go his way. So, I don't think it will go his way. Chris Duncan ain't no bitch, you know. He does. I think it depends on the fighters he's fighting. I don't think he's going to just let himself get KO'd in round 1 by Terrance McKinney, which is going to be the most dangerous round. You know what I mean? And Chris Duncan is a dog. Like, he's just not going to fucking go out like that. I don't see it. Do you see any path of victory for Piotr Jan? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. Anyhow, so I'm going with Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan. Let's move on to the next one. Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. Grant Dawson has actually been improving. He used to be just a grappler, bro, but he can kind of fight on the feet now. But, yeah, he's also gained a little bit of aura since his Diego Ferreira win. But he was also fighting a 42-year-old Diego who was fighting a bit like an aged man. And I feel like he wasn't performing, like, at 100%. So I think Manuel Torres is actually going to win this fight. Hello, pretty. I like when you make the accent. Thanks for the 10 real. Hane B. Yeah, I feel like the accent is like my alter ego. I feel like when I talk in the accent, it's like not even really me. It's like somebody else. So I don't have to... Anyways. What am I trying to say? It's not that serious. Anyhow. I think Manuel Torres is going to win via being more present. I feel like he can handle pressure and intimidation and even turn it around. And he did this against Chris Duncan, by the way. So I feel like Grant Dawson's main thing is still shooting for takedowns. He's going to try and shoot takedowns, but I've seen Manuel Torres stuff these takedowns very effectively. So I don't really think that's going to be an issue. Yeah. I think Manuel Torres will win if his opponent is not as good as him on the feet, which is Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson is fine, but I just don't think, and especially when the takedowns aren't going to be that much of a threat, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, you know? So yeah, like up until recently, Grant Dawson was pretty one-dimensional. Tuxedo, thank you for the 6 months of membership. 6 months, woo! Hell yeah. Oh, and you got the fairy fountain too? Nice. Top tier. Dawson will panic wrestle in the first 3 seconds and get knocked out. Yeah. Yes. Covert big bet. Yo, thank you for the 1 membership. Who got it? The Bob. Oh, nice, the Bob. Well, welcome to the Discord Dekuden. Now you have access to the Discord. Discord link is in my bio. When you go there, you'll find it. But yeah, thank you, Covert. Okay. Let's move. And you know what's crazy? Grant Dawson is a -210 favorite? And Manuel Torres is an under, like, why is that happening? Is it because Grant Dawson won against Diego Ferreira? Because sometimes the UFC does this. They make the odds a little bit strange when there was a win that looked good. Oh, this is another one. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Holy shit, like, Jan Blachowicz at -135 and Bogdan Guskov at +110. I don't know who made these odds. I don't know who made these odds because let me tell you who Bogdan Guskov won against. Who were his opponents? He didn't fight anybody. Nikita Krylov, Billy Elikana, Ryan Spann? No. And these were the fights where people were like, oh, Bogdan Guskov is so good. No, he's not good. The only thing he's good at is listening to his corner. Okay? And I understand what his corner is shouting at him because they're shouting in Russian very, very loudly. And usually he'll get these KO moments when he's standing in there looking confused as fuck and his team is like, right hand, right now! And so he'll actually shoot whatever they tell him to shoot and it actually lands. Like, he's a really good puppet. That is what Bogdan Guskov is. A very, very, very good puppet. But not gonna happen against Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz is a rare Pole that actually understands how to be present inside the octagon. I haven't seen many Polish people activate themselves this way. I know he's 43, but he looked... Who did he recently fight who he looked really... He just fought Carlos Ulberg and looked great. He looked great against Carlos Ulberg. And Bogdan Guskov doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Bogdan Guskov is not that good. Dude, Nikita Krylov sucks. But Ryan Spann sucks. Billy Elikana is alright. Carlos Ulberg is really good. Yeah. I think Jan is just sharper than him in every department, basically. Basically in every department. So the only reason the odds are the way that they are is because Jan Blachowicz is old. He's 42. He's 42. So I get that. I get that people are worried about that, but he hasn't been showing signs of aging. He hasn't been looking old. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let's move on to the next one, guys. Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. I recently saw this photo, one of you posted on my Discord, of Henry Cejudo looking soft as fuck. No, dude. Like, in his training sessions, you can't do that. Henry Cejudo looked like he hadn't really trained or hadn't had a proper training camp. And I know Peyton Talbot just had that hiccup with Barcelos. But he did just make a decent comeback with the Felipe Lima fight also. I just think that Peyton probably severely underestimated Barcelos and therefore didn't prepare enough, like how Malcolm Wellmaker did as well. In general, like, there's been some fighters in the past who've been this way. And yeah, again, Henry Cejudo's been looking kind of soft, rocking that dad bod. So never a good sign, you know what I mean? And I just feel like Cejudo has been slowly moving away from his prime. I feel like the cards are just not aligned for him. Have you seen his body recently? That's not good. I had heard people saying Henry was fighting for the money and you might just not train too hard if you if all you wanted to check. Just look at him recently. Like, he doesn't look good. Like, if you're able to find pictures of him recently anywhere, you'll understand what I mean. Also, Henry being so open about retirement isn't a great... Yeah. His last 3 fights are losses. Like, I don't think he's in it that way, you know what I mean? Show a pic. Okay. Cejudo is a Mexican. Yeah. Well, at this point, he is. Thank you for the $2, Tuxedo. I will show you a picture of Cejudo. I was actually pretty shocked. Let me find it. Oh, here we go. I'll turn the brightness up. Look. Come on, man. Come on. No. No. No, you can't. You can't tell me. You can't. No. 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 I refuse. I refuse to believe in this one. Talbot is going to cook him. Talbot is going to cook him. I know it's sad for you guys, some of you guys, but it is what it is. The headgear doesn't help, though. No, but I'm just saying, his body doesn't look conditioned. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Tuxedo, thank you for the $2. He's a 10, but he's had limb lengthening surgery. I don't know. I mean, that's weird as fuck. I feel like limb lengthening surgery is weird as hell. I feel like you're like, how long could that realistically last you? How long until your body goes, yeah, I wasn't meant for this, you know what I mean? Yeah, we weren't designed for this. I hope Henry doesn't get hurt too bad. He might. He might just go out quickly to get that check and go, you know? But we'll see. Alright, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. By the way, guys, if you haven't already liked the stream, do like the stream. And also subscribe, because we're so close to 10K. We're so close. So, let's make it happen. Okay, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. I was actually thinking about this one for a while, because I feel like their skills levels are kind of, like, balanced enough. Tatsuro Taira is better on the ground, though. And I've seen him do this, like, in his fight with Brandon Royval, how he just took him down in the second round and basically was on him the whole round and took that entire round. Tatsuro Taira is one of these dudes that's difficult to shake off. And I was also watching the fight with Moreno and Pantoja, because I was like, oh, well, he fought Pantoja. He lost, but it was a split decision or something like that. It was very close. But there wasn't like a moment in that fight where Pantoja was holding him down for any extended amount of time. It was like usually just a big scramble. I don't think that's going to happen with Tatsuro Taira. Like, he has one of those he has like the Pat Sabatini type back where he just like clasps and like good luck getting out of it, you know what I mean? So I feel like even though Moreno I feel like is a bit of a better counter striker overall, he's gonna get neutralized on the ground, and Tetsuro Taira is going to take those points. So I feel like this is gonna be a decision. Also, if you look at their photos on the UFC page, like Tetsuro Taira's body looks so much more conditioned than Brandon Royval's, which also leads me to believe that, sorry, not Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno's, which makes me believe that Moreno is going to struggle shaking him off. But yeah, it's also hard to like fully compare the Pantoja fight with Taira because they have very different styles. So yeah, I'm going with Tetsuro Taira. Yeah, I feel like that is the way. Tetsuro Taira by decision. All right, let's move on to the next one. Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Joshua Van is a really solid fighter. I actually like him. I feel like he's pretty cool, so it's going to be sad to see him lose on Saturday. Never pick a Japanese. Yeah, but Tetsuro Taira is actually pretty solid. And for this week, I feel like he could pull through. You should make chat polls. I should actually. Let me make one right now. Taira lost to Royval? Did he? I thought he won by a split decision. Pretty sure he won, no? Oh, he lost. But I think Brendan Moreno also lost by a split decision. Yeah, they both lost to Brandon Royval by split decision. So, I could see Van pulling it off though. Like you guys asked me earlier, like between Petr Yan and Joshua Van, which one of them has more of a chance of winning? And definitely Joshua Van, I would say. I could see Van getting it done. I could actually see Van getting it done because he is very slick. He could be slick enough to like avoid enough takedowns. And on the feet, he is better than Pantoja. And, you know? So, but we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. I could see Joshua Van getting it done. I could. Pantoja does get, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Pantoja is actually more well-rounded overall. And another reason why I'm picking Pantoja is because I feel like for his opponent to win, he usually, like, his opponent would have to have either equal or greater desire to make his dad proud. Because I feel like the thing that pushes Pantoja to win is just the fact that he's trying to fucking impress his dad. You know what I mean? Remember the speech he had after like one of his wins where he was like, "Are you proud of me now, Dad? Are you proud of me now?" And I was like, oh, I fucking felt that. So does Joshua Van has no dad? This is what I'm saying. Being fatherless might be one of the best spaces for MMA. You know what I mean? That was some serious emotional damage, I know. I felt that too. Great moment, yeah. Pantoja's most likely wins, but Van will have better cardio. Yeah, it's a long shot, but Van by 5th round KO, TKO could be a sneaky play. Joshua Van has good chances to win here, and I was watching clips of him on the Embedded, and I will say that he looked good. He looked good, but so did Pantoja. But Joshua Van looked focused, you know. That's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Pantoja by Father's Plan. I guess the winner of this fight will basically be, well, because I know Pantoja is really doing it now for his family and for himself in a way. It's like the fatherless thing really is something that you embody, where you realize that like you want to become worthy to your potential, like to the father you could have had, you know. The winner gets a new father. So put your fucking tokens in the, or not tokens, what are they called? Ballots in the hat, and whoever wins gets the new father. Anyways, Van KO round 4, bet it. KO, I could see that. I could see late KO for Joshua Van. I'm still going with Pantoja. But I will say Joshua Van is a sneaky good pick. What are the odds for this too? Plus 195. That's pretty solid actually. He's 24, dang. Yeah, no, Joshua Van is really good actually. Joshua Van is actually very good. Oh. Okay. Let us move on. Let us move on, folks, to the next one, to the last one. Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. Let me make a poll real quick, and then we'll get into this. Van has a better chance to upset between him and Yan if you want to be spicy with. Yeah, for sure. They should have an app where people could just bet other people. All $2 Van does not KO Pen. Oh, there is. What is it called? There is an app like that, Jaime. It's called Polygon, actually. I'm pretty sure. Polygon. Is it Polygon? Oh, Polymarket. Sorry, Polymarket. Yeah, Polymarket is what you're talking about, I'm pretty sure. Yo, IL, nice to see you here, and thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Polymarket, yes, you guys got me. Who got it? Jojo Poing, Lame MMA, Delirian, Dawned. Well, welcome, guys. You now have access to the Discord, which you can find the link in the bio, in my bio. So, hope all is well. Good night. If I hit my parlay, I'll be back on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, and check out my posts. I'm gonna tomorrow on Friday. I'm gonna put all my final predictions in my posts tab, so don't forget to check that out. As usual, that's what we do here. So I'll give you guys all my thoughts, my final thoughts. But yeah, guys, the last one, Merab versus Petr Yan. I was watching back the first fight in 2023, and I was like, oh my god, 2023 Merab was such a small, unevolved version of his current self. It's crazy how much he's progressed in 2 years. Like, 2023 Merab was not the same Merab. He's just getting better. I don't even know where his ceiling is. It's crazy. And Petr Yan hasn't gotten that much better. Like, he hasn't. And Petr Yan was struggling. Like, Petr Yan was flustered that whole fight. And it's not going to be any better for him this time around, considering the fact that Merab has gotten so much better. And even if Petr Yan got better too, it's not gonna be anywhere near what it needs to be. At this point, all I can say is that I don't think Merab will embarrass Petr Yan the same way he's been embarrassing everybody else. But my boy Petya is not going to pull through on this one, man. He's just not. I hope he gets his bag, you know, but like really he's not gonna pull through. He's not. I wish because oh, he's from Omsk. Anyways, I wish speaking of which, by the way, guys, I don't think you knew this, but Piotr is like the official formal name, but Petya is like the casual name. Anyhow, so we're gonna call him Petya sometimes. I wish Petya could pull through, man, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, it's just not gonna happen. I don't like, Marab has been spending these last few years conditioning himself every day to the max. That's why he's gotten so much better. He's basically just been pushing his limits like no other. So, of course, there's always a chance. I'm not saying it's 100%, but like, come on, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves. Who, like, you know? What makes the most sense here? Marab has grown into the champ role. He really has, yeah. I think Marab wins another unanimous decision here. Yes, Jason. Thank you for the $3. And you know what? He has so many... I was looking at his record. Look how many decisions he fucking has. He's literally the decision merchant. The machine, more like the decision merchant. No, seriously. Like, scroll down. 16 decision wins? Look at this chart. Marab by decision is the safe pick. Yeah. Because Piotr pretty tough. He's not gonna be... Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get finished. Come on. That would be such a... Like, no. It's gonna be a dominant win for Marab, but it's not gonna be a finish. I don't think so. I don't think so. Grave Zoka, thank you for the $2. Marab will sub Jan in the 3rd round. Ooh. Is that what you say? It would actually be pretty cool if Marab did get a finish finally. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. Anyways, that's basically all I have, guys. I guess I'll go over my... You guys wanted to hear my locks. I think the way for the locks is the early prelims. So Mairon Santos, solid. Mansur Abdul Malik, solid. I would even say Iwo Baraniewski is pretty solid too. I just like Ibo Aslan is a little bit, you know. Jailin Turner's a decent pick too, actually. So those 4. Honestly, Jan Blachowicz as well. Jan Blachowicz, I'll do 5. Because I cannot see, like, Bogdan Guskov, no, there's no way. Jan Blachowicz is a solid pick. So that's 5. And Peyton Talbot, like, come on. Peyton Talbot and Marab. So that's 7? I think that's 7. Fairy, have you ever watched anime? I've watched some with my friends, but I'm not really, like, an anime person. Bogdan is a lock? Larry Bird. No, come on. You know, Jan is not washed, dude. He just fought Carlos Ulberg. And he did well. And Bogdan Guskov is stupid. But I'm telling you right now, Bogdan Guskov is not smart. He's just a good puppet because he does follow his team's instructions, and usually his team is telling him decent things. Hane B, thank you for the 5 real. The tier list was a cool vid. You should totally do more stuff like that. Subscribe. I will. You know what? And I was thinking of doing like mini tier lists after the card. After each card, like I would do a reaction video, and then I would do a tier list on something that kind of involved the theme of that card, you know? That particular card. And Tuxedo, thank you for the 2. I loved anime, then I turned 12. I know, Tuxedo. You know what I did enjoy, though? When I was 16, I was introduced to Naruto. I didn't realize how fucking long it was, though, but I had so much fucking time when I was 16. So I did start watching it with this boy I was with at the time. And I never really finished it, but I also had my dose of anime then. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I kept waiting for him to like grow up, and he just never really did. And I was like 3 seasons in already, and I was like, okay. Hey, good picks, Fairy. Good hangs, everybody. Thanks, yo. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and you know, tomorrow's Friday, so we're going to be doing the ceremonial predictions live as usual. You know what I was recommended to watch by my friend? You guys can watch this. I think this is how it's spelled. Kaiba? Anime. Is this it? Yes, this is it. She said it was good, so it's a good story. I don't want to tell you guys now, but you guys can look it up and see if you vibe with it or not. I don't really watch these things anymore. To be honest, I have a really hard time watching anything, but occasionally I will try and watch some things. We are so close to 10k. Yeah, let's see what the exact number is, guys. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you come here regularly, you might as well. We are like 40 away. We are 40 away. So close, so close. So, hit that like button. How do you gift a membership? I think it's in the same place as the super chats. Like you press it and they give you options. We are big now. Yeah, it'll be exciting to hit 10k. It'll be like, oh, okay, this is an actual channel. This is an actual thing. I can no longer avoid the fact that this is something that I'm doing, you know? It doesn't look violent. No, it's not violent. It's more introspective. It's like about souls. In a world where memories can be stored like computer data, a young man named Kaiba searches for his lost memories and discovers a connection with a mysterious girl. It's really interesting the way that it was also illustrated, you know? It is. Fairy, make a gingerbread UFC Octagon stream for the holidays. Gingerbread UFC Octagon. That sounds like a lot. I could make a gingerbread UFC fighter, though. Or something UFC. I could make a belt. I could make a UFC gingerbread belt from scratch. Imagine we'll do like a baking with Fairy where I bake the gingerbread cookie and I make it into like a belt shape. And then I get the icing and we decorate it together. And instead of UFC, it will say Fairy on it. It will say Fairy. Anyways. Is Ghost in a Shell good? It's on Amazon Prime. I don't know. Ghost in a Shell. Well, that sounds so familiar. Ghost in a Shell. I've never watched it. Honestly, I'm not big on watching these. I don't watch things. I should, maybe. But I just feel like I don't. I feel like, I don't know. Make a gingerbread Henry Cejudo. We'll see. That might be fun, though. Making a gingerbread related. Oh, before we go, actually, I didn't make a poll for this fight. I'll make a quick poll. Quick poll. Have you seen Teen Titans? No, I have not. No, I don't really watch anything. Like, I'll watch things occasionally. If something came out in the theater and it's decent and my friends want to go, then I'll watch it. But I don't... Like, I'll do it if I'm doing it together with somebody. But to be honest, I feel like if I'm by myself, I'd rather watch, like, YouTube or something. I don't fucking know. Or do something else. But... yeah. I never have time to watch movies these days. I know, right? Unless it's like something you go... Like, and I won't do it by myself because then it's just me and a screen. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with my friends. So then at least we can chill afterwards, you know what I mean? And discuss it. They say a lot of people attention spans are shortening and aren't watching movies or reading. That's crazy. I mean, with reading, I've like that's been a thing where people can't sit down and read a book. But the fact that people can't stay engaged for a movie that's meant to be engaging is crazy times. Crazy times. We should really try and reset that though, because yeah, that will literally, that you are becoming retarded. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but it's true. You are slowly becoming stupid. I'm retarded. It's okay. You still have time. If you're in this chat, you're probably young enough to be able to fix it, you know? I'm retarded. Looks in mirror. Anyhow. The movie Idiocracy predicted all this. It really did. That's something I actually rewatched recently. Like, my friend put it on, and I was like, I guess we'll watch this now, sure. Blast from the past. And it's even more real today. Like, you watch it, and you're like, dang. Dang, man. Especially, and then you watch old... If you're ever watching old films, old documentaries, or old interviews, and you understand how conversational English used to sound versus what it sounds like now, it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really sad that conversational English has turned into the degeneracy that it is today. I'm not even like I'm part of it. I'm part of it. I was never much of a reader back in the day or anything like that. I did like watching films though. And I have started to read now. People were more articulate. They really were, yeah. Because they used to read. And there were not so many distractions. They weren't fucking scrolling through their phones and watching brain rot content. I've really made an effort. That was my one rule that I've tried to set out for myself was like, just don't scroll. Just don't scroll. Do whatever you want to do, but just don't scroll. Like, if you're gonna... By the way, I haven't even... Although it's tempting, I don't watch things on, like, double speed. Although there's a part of my brain that goes, hey, watch it on double speed. You'll save time. But I notice when I start doing that, the rest of the world becomes less interesting to me. And then that actually messes up my attention span. So I've tried to watch things on normal speed so as to not get too bored too quickly and actually absorb the content. Because when you're watching on 2 times speed, like, yeah, you think you're just getting information quicker, and maybe that's true, but it's gonna leave your brain just as quickly as it came in, you know? Because when you're watching it slowly and listening to it slowly, you're also able to reflect on it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, as you're taking it in, you're also reflecting. When you're watching it too quickly, you don't have time to reflect. Anyways. If you don't scroll, you'll be on the same video forever. No, I just mean, like, don't like doom scroll and watch. Dude, I'll be on the subway and I'll see people watching dumb content. Like, dumb content, it'll either be about celebrities or just like some weird TikTok transition videos where I don't even know what the content is about, but it's like people doing like things at the camera and like I don't know, I cannot. The brain processes things best slowly. Yes. The current state of the world is a very strong example of this. Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see where humans end up in the next few decades, but I don't really want to be a part of it too much. I'm at the point in my life now where I'm like, okay, Fairy, get your shit together. You don't want to be a part of a big city in like 10, 20 years. Do everything you gotta do now so that you can be free in the future, okay? Okay? We want freedom. We want freedom. My bloodline has not been free for generations, so I'm trying to do that now for us. You know? I feel like that's also another thing, like when your parents are immigrants in a country, you feel like you have more responsibility to like pull through for them, you know? Like they came here and like started whole new lives and had to learn a whole new language, and back in the 90s actually try and assimilate. So anyways, I feel like I have more responsibility on my shoulders because of that. Even though I don't want it, but that is what I get, isn't it? It is what I get. But it's okay, because you know what? Very sure your Spotify Wrapped, no balls. You know my Spotify Wrapped predicted my ages based on what I listened to? Guess how old Spotify predicted my age was. I'll do a poll, actually. When it comes to brain rot, you can run but you can't hide. We need a miracle. We need a miracle. You know what, though? The best... Thank you for the $5 tuxedo mask. I've been trying to figure this out, by the way. Just so you know, I refuse... The one thing about my upbringing is it made me extremely defiant to, like, the current standards in society, because the current societal standards are structured around narcissistic leader and like the people they're controlling. When you deal with narcissists enough, it's really easy to spot that pattern. Anyways, so that's, I just, you know, I'm not into that. So I want to find another way. Anyways, we all have a destiny to fulfill, God-given challenges to overcome. Yeah, I think we all have a thing. The system is built on domination. It is, and I hate it, and I refuse. I have been refusing this, by the way. I've never been the compliant one. I was always the one in my house that was never accepting the way things were. And I've been suffering because of it. And you know what? I feel like I'm not gonna ever... Like, I've always kept my integrity. So now is not the time to give up the integrity, you know? Now is not the time. So, anyhow. Are presidents and narcissists? Oh, I mean, the whole top is extremely narcissistic. Yes, that's the way it works. Anyways, narcissists have been around since the dawn of civilization. Yes. And the problem too is that narcissists are actually internally weaker. They're weak-minded, so that's why they have to create systems in which they can control other people so that they feel safe. And because regular people aren't like that, regular people don't think that regular people just don't think that way. So you get a bunch of these cool people that will just assume the best of you, but the narcissist isn't assuming the best of you. The narcissist is assuming that you're stupid for giving them the benefit of the doubt. And then, you know what I mean, we get these systems, and then it's all just, yeah, anyways. I've seen this game before. Anyways, there's definitely another way. It's just that people have to realize that the enemy isn't us. It's the people that are pulling the strings. Anyways, so what's your musical age? My musical age on Spotify is 67. I have the musical age of a 67-year-old. Anyways. Well, the youths aren't completely lost, apparently. No. I don't think so. I actually feel like my generation is gonna come through in some way. Everyone 6'7", yeah. Haha. Anyways, I feel like all of the shit people talk about Gen Z, I do feel like Gen Z is gonna pull through at least a little bit. Because you know what? Another thing too I've noticed with Gen Z, like the millennials are like they're full on in coping mechanism mode. Like they're drinking all the time, coping. So many people my age I know just don't fucking drink. Drinking isn't really a thing. You know? I don't really drink. Like there's no reason for that. So anyways, hope is not all lost, folks. And that is all I have to say. And on that note, I will depart. And if you have not, 30% think that Jan is going to win. If you have not liked and subscribed, do so. We're almost at 10K. We are so close. Folks. And yeah, that will be it. I'll hit the bowl one last time. Wish you guys a lovely rest of your evening. It's what, 6:35 right now? Millennials are heavy copers, always swiping their pain away, consuming. Yeah, they're super consumerist. Super consumerist lads. I'm a late millennial. We the drunkest age group of all. Yeah, you guys really are. To the point where, like, I was at this bar the other day to get some soup. I was at this place, and I mostly went there because I saw that they had a food menu and that they were serving food late. And it was like 10 p.m. or something like that. So I go in and I see that they have this like lamb stew. And I was like, I thought to myself, okay, this sounds great. Let's try and get some. And I sit at the bar and they ask me if I want to drink anything. And I'm like, no, but I'll have a hot water. And the server was like, a hot toddy? And I was like, no, a hot water. A hot toddy is basically apple cider with Jameson in it. And everyone looks at me like I'm a psychopath when I don't order alcohol. And I'm sitting at the bar. And I'm like, one of the workers comes up to me and literally tells me how bold it was of me to sit at the bar without ordering alcohol. And I was like, why don't you just fucking sit here and raw dog it? instead of drinking and dissociating yourself to try and have a conversation with someone that won't even be genuine. When was the last time you had like an actual deep, insightful, meaningful conversation with a drunk person? Never. The only thing that alcohol does is like it just makes you a little bit stupid enough to want it to like say stupid shit. Like, it doesn't actually give you confidence. It's the illusion of confidence. It just makes you a little bit slow. Anyway, so I'm sitting here and I'm like having this conversation with this person who sat next to me, and I was like, why would I ever? Then you have this. Say you are drinking, right? You go to a bar, you start drinking, talking with these people. And then you end the night, you go home, and you realize that it was all fucking bullshit. And you're never going to talk to those people again. And then you see them again when you're sober, and you're like, oh, yeah, like, I see you again. Like, it's all just, like, fake. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Why can't you just be genuine, bro? Like, I want to have a genuine conversation. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but that's where the beauty lies. Anyways, once you overcome it, it's way better. Like, why don't you just sit with the pain for a second, and then you realize that everybody is equally as confused about how to be social as you. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Everybody's weird. The human experience is fucking weird. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, being a human is weird as fuck. Everyone, all these people who drink, they like to pretend that, like, no, I'm just trying to be normal. There's, what is this normal? What do you even think normal is? Do you think normal is, sitting there and getting drunk? Getting stupid and just being a dickhead? That's all that's happening, is you're being an arrogant cunt. I never want to, like, socialize with drunk people. When you're sober and people start drinking around you, you start understanding how sad that shit is. You know what I mean? I can't really engage with that level of degeneracy. Anyways. NPCs at the bar? People just... I think you can become a non-NPC, but you gotta put in some effort for that. Anyways. What about smoking kush? What's your intake on that? I actually like sativa. I don't like indica because it doesn't make you present. It dissociates you, but sativa makes you present. Also, indica is the one that gives you the munchies. Sativa doesn't do that. Anyways, guys. That's all I have for today. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll chat some more, okay? It's annoying unless you're also... Yeah, I know. That's the thing about alcohol. It's all bullshit unless everyone is degenerate together. Anyways, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. See you next time. See you next time. I will log out now. Stop.